We've all heard the advice, sleep when the baby sleeps, but not every baby sleeps. And what about self-care? You need time to decompress mentally, not just sleep to deal with physical exhaustion. You need to give your best in order to give your baby the best. But without self-care, you will quickly run out of energy to give your baby. Baby burnout is real, trust me. My daughter didn't sleep through the night until she was 22 months old, and then my son came just 2 weeks later. After almost 2.5 years of virtually no sleep, I am pretty thankful that my son is a little more sleep inclined than his sister. He's still not a great sleeper, but definitely better than she was at this age. Then there are sleep regressions, illnesses, teething, and even just development milestones that can make a normally great sleeper into a nocturnal nightmare. So how do you make time for your pastimes when your life is controlled by the world's cutest yet neediest dictator? First off, handheld games are your friend. If your baby is anything like my first, they may not want to sleep at all unless they are glued to you. My daughter would last maybe 45 minutes, an hour if I was lucky, in her bassinet. But on me, she would sleep for hours. Needless to say, this is not a safe sleeping arrangement, and the risk of falling asleep while holding her was very real. My husband and I had to do shifts holding her. But since he had to work and I was on maternity leave, I took the lion's share of the night shifts, and I had to make sure I stayed awake to keep her safe. This is where video games became a legitimate parenting tool for me. I played handheld games, mostly Switch, but sometimes games on my phone, to keep my brain engaged and keep me alert. Bonus pro tip I got from a nurse at the hospital, chewing gum is also a great way to help you stay awake. I kept a pack of gum on me for like a year with my daughter. But anyways, back to gaming. Even if your baby does sleep in a crib or a bassinet, a portable game means that you can play beside them if they are a frequent waker. Generally speaking, portable games tend to be more pausable too. Just lock the Switch or your phone and you're good to go. Then unlock it and get right back into the game. Speaking of pausing games, a game that can be put down for like a long time is a must with a new or a sleep-adverse baby. This does mean that your taste in games might have to shift temporarily though. I love online multiplayer games as much as anyone. But unless you're playing with a group of close friends who know your situation, online gaming is a huge risk. You may find yourself in a situation where your baby needs you mid-match, making you that person who goes AFK and ruins the game for 9 other people. Obviously, baby comes first, but being put in that situation is still stressful, and it's disrespectful to other players' time, and it can even get you reported for going AFK. Games with aggressive autosaves or the ability to save anywhere allow you to drop the controller the moment you hear the monitor without losing progress. Also consider the mental load of a game, especially when you are sleep deprived. Simple stories that can be put down for days may make it easier to get straight back into a gaming session instead of spending 20 minutes trying to remember what is going on. Trying to remember a complex 80-hour plot in an RPG is hard when you haven't slept more than 3 hours in a row for several days. I find games with simple or predictable storylines or like loop-based gameplay are much easier to jump back into after a week-long break. Most Nintendo games like Mario, Donkey Kong, and Pokemon are predictable and follow the same plot patterns. Roguelike games like Hades 2 are fun, exciting, and they can easily be paused mid-match without missing what's going on. Cozy games with minimal plot, like Story of Seasons, Stardew Valley, and Animal Crossing, can allow for decompression and progress in short gaming stints, with every in-game day being very similar to the last. Some games require a lot of grinding, but when I'm playing during a short nap window, grinding feels really unrewarding. If you only have 1 hour, and you spend the whole hour just farming materials, you might turn off your game feeling like you didn't actually get to play. Games with short-term milestones or clear achievements can have you walking away from even a 45-minute gaming session feeling like you accomplished something. Clearing one small area or finishing a single side quest gives you that hint of dopamine and a sense of accomplishment that could be really missing in other gaming sessions. Then there's the guilt. You have to be a parent first. That is non-negotiable. Your baby is 100% dependent on you, but taking care of yourself is part of taking care of your baby. If you are a hollowed out shell of a person because you've abandoned everything you enjoy, you aren't going to have the patience or the energy to be the parent they need. Baby burnout is real, and it can be incredibly destructive. To you, to your baby, to your relationships. You may snap more, become frustrated or lose your temper, become overwhelmed or shut down much faster than you would have had you had both the physical and mental recovery time that you need. Gaming isn't a waste of time if it's the thing that helps you feel like you again. Just watch out for when gaming becomes addictive, or you struggle putting baby or your partner first. Speaking of, if you have a partner, this really is a co-op mission. You need an agreement on what gaming sessions and self-care look like. Communicate clearly about when you need 30 minutes to just zone out and play or center yourself. And be receptive when your partner says the same. You're a team, and the goal is to make sure the baby gets the best version of both of you and give each other your best as well. You also don't want your relationship to go up in smoke because you aren't understanding each other. Remember, these disruptions, the teething, the regressions, the I just want to crawl at 2 a.m. milestones, they are temporary. It feels like forever when you're in it, but the sleep will come back. Until then, keep your Switch or phone fully charged, keep your gum handy, and don't feel bad about playing through the grind of the first year. You're doing a great job.